Hey everyone, Jennifer Lee Chan here from NBC Sports Bay Area, and it is Friday, and Kyle Shanahan just announced the injury report for Sunday's game, and there is only one player on it. It's a newer injury, though. It is Deommodore Lenoir. He is questionable with a calf injury. He's going to have an MRI today, Friday afternoon, to see whether he's going to be able to go on Sunday or not. So he is questionable. If he is unable to play, it looks like Darrell Luter will be in his role at cornerback. Apparently, Deommodore Lenoir was just jogging in a drill, calf tightness, but they want to make sure that it's not something that's going to be lingering or long term. They don't want him to hurt it more where he's out for weeks. So they want to make sure that it's okay. So Deommodore Lenoir, again, questionable with a calf injury heading into Sunday's game versus the Arizona Cardinals. The 49ers will head out there on Saturday, I believe, and spend Saturday afternoon out there, do their walkthrough in the desert, and then play indoor on Sunday at Arizona Cardinals Stadium. So it is indoor, it is a real grass stadium. I think all dome stadiums should be like this, where there's a drawer. I know a lot of places can't do it because of square footage area that is required to do it, but both Las Vegas and Arizona have a mechanical drawer that rolls out when they are not playing. It gets natural sunlight. It gets groomed like regular grass. The drawer rolls back into the stadium and they have a natural grass field. Makes sense. Why don't they make everybody do it? I don't know. It's $1 billion industry. Anyways, I'll get off my soapbox now. But anyways, Sunday will be the first time that George Kittle and Brock Purdy have been on the field together since week one. Isn't that insane? George Kittle went out with a hamstring injury halfway through that game in Seattle. It took him out 5 games. He came back. Brock Purdy was out. Ricky Pearsall was out. So this is really the most complete the 49ers offense has been in a long time. George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Ricky Pearsall, Brock Purdy are all back. And I think even maybe more importantly, the offensive line. This is the offensive line that they wanted to have starting the entire season. It is Trent Williams at left tackle, Ben Bartch at left guard. Jake Brendel is back at center, Dominic Puni at right guard, and Colton McKivitz, as always, on right tackle. Now, I know Jake Brendel and Ben Bartch didn't have, I think Ben Bartch actually had a clean slate from PFF. Uh, Jake Brendel did get charged with a few hurries. Now, I do think that getting another game underneath their belt is going to help them play better and more unified because they've just been practicing and playing together more. It takes a little bit of time for guys, especially linemen, to come back off of being out for 3 to 5 games and go back in, or 2 to 5 games, go back in and be at the level that they were before. It just doesn't happen that way. So knock a little bit of rust off last week, and I think you'll see the offensive line play much better. I also think it makes a big difference that Ricky Pearsall is back on the field because he can actually beat man coverage. He can also stretch the field. He can get out deep a little bit further, which can stretch the offense and make the Arizona Cardinals defense cover that whole space. So the fact that Ricky Pearsall is back on the field, I think, makes a huge difference for Brock Purdy. Brock spoke to us on Thursday and said, he's feeling the best he's felt since the beginning of the season, since before the toe. Kyle Shanahan originally said he's going to be dealing with it for this whole season. And Brock said, yeah, I mean, he didn't admit that he's feeling it, but he did say for a long time, dropping back and throwing the pass was fine. The scrambling and motion overall was what was limiting him, and he was feeling some discomfort. So he wanted to make sure he didn't aggravate it again, like we saw after he sat out 2 weeks. So he played in one game, and he didn't feel it until after. Reported the discomfort, coming back, rested for 2 weeks, came back in week 4, and then got caught in a really awkward position and hurt it again. And then that's why he was out for so many weeks. So again, this week 11 offense is one that we have not seen in a while. I think with all of the pieces, it is probably the most complete that it's going to be. And it makes sense that George Kittle said is, hey, this game is now on us. The football games for the remainder of the season, we want to take that responsibility on our shoulders to be the reason that we win games. And yes, obviously the defense has to do their part. Special teams has to do their part as well. But if the offense can carry the load, I think it makes it much easier for the 49ers. And the 49ers are going into a 4-game stretch where they are facing all teams with losing records. So they've got to get out of this 4-game stretch at least 3-1. If they go 2-2, it's going to really be difficult for them to get to the playoffs. But if they go at least 3-1, if they go 4-0, they're really set up well for the playoffs. If they go 3-1, I think it's still doable. So it starts off on Sunday. They've got to beat this Arizona Cardinals team, which has a really good defense. So I think watching the 49ers offense versus the Arizona Cardinals defense is really going to be where the battle is at. For Arizona Cardinals offense has taken a hit. I mean, you think the 49ers are injured? I think the Cardinals are worse. Their three top wide receivers are out. Marvin Harrison Jr., appendectomy, Zay Jones on IR, Simi Fehoko on IR. They've got a ton of players out. It's all about Trey McBride. If they can stop the runs, drop Trey McBride, I think that is the key to winning the game. But it's going to take a lot of concentration by this defense that is very young, that has had a lot of missed tackles. They've had a lot of missed assignments. They've had a lot of miscommunication. So if they play a sound game, this game is absolutely winnable. And the 49ers should win in the desert. And with this newfangled, full power, nearly offense by the 49ers, I think they have a really good chance. I mean, the only weapon that the 49ers don't have on offense is Brandon Ayuk. He is not having his practice window open this week. Again, on Monday, we will ask Kyle Shanahan one more time, maybe two more times, if Brandon Ayuk is going to have his practice window open. But we have not seen him lately on the field. It's I know he could still be in the facility working out. He just doesn't come out when the 49ers are the media is there. He could be out there. Just hasn't been when we've been out there. So we are only allowed to watch the first 15 to 20 minutes of practice. That's when the position drills happen. That's when, all the wide receivers run out there and run routes. And what we've seen is Juwan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall there's two lines of receivers, and it's Juwan Jennings on one side, Ricky Pearsall on the other, and those two are the guys that are leading the wide receiver drills. So I expect Ricky Pearsall to get a start. I don't know how many snaps he'll be out there, but I do think he'll be out there for a bit of time. So expect to see Brock Purdy out there, Ricky Pearsall. Hopefully they can stretch the field a little bit, open things up, and then they can get that kind of underneath game going with Christian McCaffrey and the choice routes and the runs and check downs and stuff. If they can stretch the field and push the Arizona defenders out further, that's where the 49ers get their explosive plays. So we'll see how they do it, but really, 49ers defense has got to get some pressure on Jacoby Brissett. This is a game that they can do that. He has been sacked, he's been hit. He is a guy that, is not mobile like Kyler Murray. So this is a confidence booster game for the 49ers. Can they get pressure? Can they cover? Can they tackle? They've got to get it done. So that's what's happening out in the desert. We'll see if they make any moves on Saturday. I don't know what they're going to do. Cleveland Ferrell has now been promoted twice. I don't know what they do if they give him a spot. Who do they release or waive? I know he's a guy that they like. I don't know if he's had enough production for them to swap out players. I don't know that Robert Beal has maybe he's a guy that they waive or release and then they put Cleveland Ferrell back in there. I'm not really sure how it's going to work this week, but we're going to keep an eye on those transactions, and that's tomorrow, 1 p.m. And I'll have another video for you then. Heading out to the desert late morning. I'll probably just post up somewhere and watch the USC Iowa game. That's going to happen in the rain. So hope y'all are well. If you're traveling to Arizona, please say hi. My favorite spots to eat out there are Postino. They have the flatbreads that have a ton of different varieties. Le Grand Orange, which has the most amazing English muffins. I bring some back every single time I go to Arizona. They are grilled on the flat top instead of baked in the oven. I think, yeah, maybe they bake them and grill them, but they are grilled, so they're a little bit greasy, which is delicious. Then you put them in your toaster oven, and it's the best texture of an English muffin I ever. So I'll be at those two places for sure, maybe Saturday for lunch. Tons of other places to go check out. If you have any that you like, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right. Happy Friday.